Oh no, here we go now. Oh no, here we go now.
Hi, I'm producer Bob Kulick, and I'm here with bassist Rudy Sarzo. And we're here to talk about our Randy Rhoads tribute. So, Rudy.
Good to see you, Bob.
Good to see you.
doing?
We just wanted to get it out of the way so everybody knew. So, it's been great having you on the record. I can't think of a better
so
bass
much.
player, A, for your ability,
Thank you.
and B, for the fact that you were personally involved with Ozzy and Randy and all of what had happened. I mean, to me, he was a guy, like, you've played with pretty much the top of the food chain guitar players on the planet.
Been very blessed.
World class,
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
And how did you rate him compared to the guys that you've played with?
He's up there with all the greats. I mean, he's an ism. He's a legend. You don't get to become a legend without having all of the fundamentals
Right.
that makes a legend.
Exactly, the
Like you're
checklist.
talking.
Yeah.
The checklist. Yeah.
And not just a guitar player, but a composer.
Oh my God.
You know, to me, you know,
incredible composer.
some of his orchestration, which is what it is.
Yeah.
It's no less orchestration to blend the rhythm parts in with lead licks and then go back to the rhythm, not doing it as an overdub on a record, but doing it in one pass and then doubling it.
Yeah, and if he were overdub, he used to do like 3 tracks of the same solo.
Yeah, he was
Triple
capable
stack.
of
And
nailing
then-
himself.
Then
Yeah.
all the while was everything was like
Yeah.
unbelievable, you know. If you listen to Blizzard of Oz, which was actually recorded about 6 months later, they recorded Diary of a Madman. The growth, the compositional growth is incredible.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, part of the composition was the fast picking, that stuff, which turned on a whole generation, as we said, of guitar players to playing that speeded up, and then you have your speed metal version of Randy Rhoads with a kind of Randy Rhoads solo in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of the newer bands did and do.
But you know what? If let's say if you look at Blizzard of Oz and you break it down, you know, the composition. I mean, it set a standard. And then on Diary, instead of making, you know, usually the sophomore records, it's basically record number 2.
We've had less time to prepare. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Same as record number 1. No, it went completely different. It went into Diary of a Madman. It was like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, with like odd timings in the verses and all that. So it was like, whoa, they really broke the mold from what they already made and went on to something else.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
if he would have made a 3rd record with Ozzy, it would have done the same thing. So
He would have taken him down another path. I see exactly what you're saying.
It would have been a growth, you know. It would not have been anything like record 1 and 2. So, you know.
That's the saddest part, you know, when I think of, you know, some of the people, you know, that passed way too early, you know, like Jimi Hendrix, 27, something like that. You know, Randy was 25. So, favorite Quiet Riot story with Randy? Was there a moment on stage or a
I'll tell you a
moment
moment on
on
stage. Yeah.
Okay,
And
great.
you know what? I used to play with Quiet Riot, and this is a Fender Jazz bass that I bought in 1967, and it was my only bass, you know. And I that was my main bass. And I remember we did a Quiet Riot reunion. And right when Randy had come back home from playing with Ozzy, and we did like three shows at the Starwood. And on the last show, as it was every night, I would put the bass on the floor and kick the strings and just make a whole bunch of noise, you know. On this being the last set, because we used to do 2 sets a night, Randy threw his Carl Sandoval or Les Paul. He threw it up in the air and it landed on the neck of my bass.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, I know, right on the neck, right? So it broke it. It snapped off right here at the nut, you know, and so he felt really bad and took it over to Carl Sandoval, and he put it together, glued it together. It was fine. I kept playing the bass with Ozzy,
Right.
And then I don't know whatever happened to it. I know, back in the 80s, it was not very popular, as you probably remember, for bass players who played Fender basses.
Right.
Everybody was going through the Spectors or the Washburns or whatever, you know, Music Man. So the bass was just sitting there and, you know,
Stuff
I got rid of it.
pickups and stuff, exactly.
So there's somebody out there
Who's got that?
He's got the bass and has
Yeah.
no idea of the significance of that hairline fracture that they see in the back of the neck. That it was actually
Well, and the odds of that something like that happening are
Yeah.
kind of astronomical.
yeah. So that's
Wow,
one of
that's
my
a great story.
That's one of my favorite stories.
Favorite Ozzy story with Randy?
Favorite Ozzy stories with Randy was one of those magical moments. You're on the road, you're having a great time, night off. You're in Victoria, Canada, summertime, and it's just a beautiful night. And you're heading out to a bar, and you run into some kid in the middle of the street with a cardboard box shaped like a guitar. And he goes to Randy. You're Randy Rhoads. This is like 1981. We had just started touring, and he goes, "Yes, I am." He said, "Well, I'm going to see you guys play tomorrow." At the whatever the humongo the dome over in Victoria, Canada, and he goes to Randy. Listen, I've been struggling with the solo to Diary of to Goodbye to Romance. Now this is a song that was not part of the set on that tour,
Right.
And the guy goes, can you show me the solo? And Randy. The guy opens up the box and there's some Japanese, sheepo guitar, and Randy goes, yeah. So there he is, Randy, on the sidewalk. He's like sitting down. He's got his guitar on his knee, and he's trying to remember what he played.
I see.
He's like,
but the fact that he took the time
he
shows
did that.
his intention.
Yeah. Well, he will always do
as
that.
a teacher.
He will always do
totally.
that. Guy.
He never lost the
he'll
teacher
always do
part.
that.
Yeah.
So the guy goes, no. Let me show you how it goes.
That's hilarious.
The guy starts playing the song.
That's hilarious.
that
Randy's
right?
taking lessons from him now. Oh yeah, I remember. That's what I played. That's right. Yeah.
How it went.
Yeah.
Randy goes, yeah, it's the last time.
But as we know, that's hilarious. But as we know, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and that kind of imitation.
You know how it
speaks
is.
volumes.
You record something from your soul and you put it on record. You don't play it for a couple of years, and you just move on.
Yeah, you can go on to the next pieces of music that are in your brain, and that becomes like something that's like a memory.
But talking about Randy being a teacher, if you look at any of his live photos, it always looks like he's giving a lesson to everybody in the arena.
Yeah.
Because he was never one of those guitar players that would hide what he was playing. He always was very articulate, very clear in his presentation to the audience.
Totally.
Yeah, because the teacher never left.
Exactly. The teacher remained. And the performer encapsulated that part of him into his stage presentation. Yes. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being with us today.
My pleasure, Bob. And
the legend, Rudy Sarzo.
Thank you so much for having me on the record.
And his great playing on this record. You always play your butt off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Oh no.